Hi everyone, this is Geeta from SVC College. Today I am explaining about the concept presentational elements in HTML. Introduction. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the standard markup language for creating and web pages. HTML describes the structure of a web page and it consists of a series of elements. An HTML file is made of elements. These elements are responsible for creating an web pages and define the content in that web page. We know an element in HTML, it is usually consist of a start tag, close tag, and the content which we are inserted in between them. We know that technically an element is a collection of start tag, attributes, end tag, and the content in between them. Some HTML elements have no content. These elements are called empty elements. Presentational elements are HTML tags that are used to define the visual presentation or visual representation of a content on a web page. These elements are used to control the layout or style and the appearance of the content displayed to the user on a web page. While representational or presentational elements were commonly used in the past to style an web page. To style an web pages differently, we use the presentational elements. Examples, main examples of presentational elements are div and span. This used to group and organize content on a web page. H1 to H6 used to define headings and subheadings. We want the content as an output in headings and subheadings, then we can use the H1 to H6. P, it is used to define the paragraph. The P is used to get the content in a paragraph wise. IMG, it is used to insert the images on a web page. Table, we want the content or output in the tabular data, then we should use the table tag. Form, use it to create the forms for user input. A, it is used to create the hyperlinks. We want to create an hyperlink, then we should use the presentational element A. A. Example, here we used the H1 in the body, we used the H1 and the H2 and the paragraph. This is my first web page. It is in the heading we should get and how it looks should get in the subheading. It's look nice should get in the paragraph. Let's check the output. This is my first web page we got as a heading because we used here the tag H1 and how it looks we got in the subheading because here we use the tag H2. Then it looks nice. Here it is get as the paragraph because here we used the P tag. Then the void element. Some elements that does not have end tag and content. These elements are termed as empty elements or the self-closing elements or the void elements and also called as unpaired tag. Some void elements are DR like line break, HR horizontal line. These are the examples of the void elements. In presentational elements, nested HTML elements also consist. This means HTML can be nested. It means an element can contain another element. It is called the nested HTML element. For the default display and styling purpose in HTML, and all the elements are divided into two categories are the two types. First one is block level element and the second one is inline element. First, we are discussing the block level element. These are the elements which structure main part of a web page by dividing a page into coherent blocks. It means we are considering the structure of a main part of a web page and dividing a page into some parts of block. This is called the block level element. A block level element always starts with a new line and takes the full width of a web page from left to right. It means it takes the It starts with a new line and it takes the full width of a web page from left to right. These elements can contain both the block level element as well as the inline elements. The following block level elements in HTML are address, div, etc. Example, here we used in the body div. Div, it is used to group and organize content on a web page. This is the first div, this is the second div. And we are used the p tag. This is used to get the output as the paragraph. This is a block level element. Let's see the output. This is first div, this is second div, because here we used the tag div, and this is a block level element we got in the paragraph because here also we use the p tag paragraph. And then the second one is inline elements. The inline elements are those elements which differentiate the part of a given text and it provide a particular function. It means these elements, they differentiate the part of a given text. In the web page, they differentiate the text and they provide it to a particular function. These elements, they does not start with the new line and take width as per requirement. In the block level elements, it starts with a new line and it take the width from left to right, but it is opposite. It does not start with a new line and it take width as per its requirement on your web page. The line inline elements are mostly used with other elements, they used with other elements, but the block level element it not. Some examples are the a here we use it to create an hyperlinks, and the button, b or a break, and the etc. Example of this inline element, here document type HTML. In the body, here we use the a, it is used to create an hyperlinks. Click on link, then span. The span we use it to group and organize the content on a web page. This is an inline element, it should describe. Then the p paragraph, we should get the content as a paragraph. Here span, we should get the content into content, use it to group and organize the content on a web page. A, we should get use an hyperlinks. Let's see the output. Click on a link, because here we use the tag a. This is inline element because here we use the tag span. Then this will take width of a text only. This is, we got the output as a paragraph because we use here the tag p. Here we discuss the presentational elements. Thank you for watching.